So, look, what is interesting to you at the moment about geopolitics, economic forces? What's a standout that you think people need to give a bit more attention to that they haven't been noticing?
Well, I think the good news is I think there are interest rate cuts coming to Australia more faster than anyone thinks.
Okay, that will make
In,
people very happy.
well, including the RBA, faster than the RBA thinks. Um, the reason for that is most of the economy is in recession. Uh, we had this amazing sort of roll of data coming out of December where basically the economy stopped after the November rate hike.
Wow.
And so retail sales fell off a cliff, the CPI fell off a cliff, the labour market fell off a cliff, the NAB survey fell off a cliff, and the PMIs all did the same. This is a range of soft and hard data that very rarely uh, uh, coincides like this.
Yeah, and they don't align often either, do they? Like people
I
might
know.
feel bad, but they're actually spending more than you thought. People are expressing anxiety, but that's not behaving. Yeah, they're buying more. They're eating out just as often, but they're complaining more about the prices. Yeah, to get it all lining up is very
Yeah, it's
unusual.
quite unusual, and then coming on the back of a controversial rate hike in November, it just sort of all adds up to a bit of a straw that broke the consumer's back. And so, most of the reports I get from unofficial sources are that continued in January. It might have eased a bit in Feb. Um, but so long as that economic weakness is there, then there'll be a lot of discounting, and so inflation is going to fall really fast, keep falling really fast. And on top of that, we've had a lot of leading indicators for the labour market for the last 6 to 12 months showing a really dramatic loosening. So we've still had reasonable job creation, but um, we've had such strong immigration that we've now got a lot of supply is growing much faster than demand and has been for at least a year. And so if you know where to look for some of these leading indicators, such as applicants per job and stuff at Seek, they're through the roof.
Right.
And so it's not registering in the very sluggish ABS data yet, but it really is badly lagged and questionable as well in terms of some of its reach. So the labour market is softening really quickly. And so I put those two things together, and I think we're going to see rising unemployment in through the first half, and I think that the RBA will be forced to pivot really hard
Well,
and
I mean,
start
I don't know what else
cutting
they're
rates.
going to be able to
You have,
do if you've got people can't get a job, and what they're saying in Victoria the other day of 972 suburbs, there are only 3 in which people can currently afford a home on the basic income on your 30-year mortgage, a couple. So, yeah, they're kind of running out of places. If people then start losing their jobs, as well as like the
yeah.
housing
Well,
distress.
the overall economy is not just the consumer, but it's most of it, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there are other areas that are really strong still, especially infrastructure and public spending and things. But the consumer is like 70% of it, and as you point out, if only 3% of those can afford a house,
Well,
and
yeah.
a large slice of them are really distressed financially, then that's going to kill your economy. And so even the major banks are all sort of penciling Q3 for RBA rate cuts around
You reckon it'll
September.
be sooner?
I do,
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
I think it'll be before the end of financial year. I think we'll see rate
I'm going to
cuts.
hold you to that. I'm going to bet something.
Oh,
I don't
please
know.
do.
I'm going to bet a packet of Chewy or something
I
on
mean, the
that.
one thing you must remember, George, is macroeconomists are often wrong, but never in doubt, George.
Oh, that's like most middle-aged white men I know. Hey,
Uh,
thank you. All the confidence, none of the content. No, you do well. All right, lovely to have you play with us again today. I really, really
Okay.
appreciate your perspective on all of these things. David Llewellyn, brilliant to have you guest. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay. See you, George.